Hey guys, welcome to Blaisinthekitchen podcast, episode 3. Cooking it up with young entrepreneurs and creatives to find out what inspires them, lessons they've learned, and how to make an impact in the everyday hustle. Today, I'm joined by my good friend Erik, Cruz, Osit,
here,
personal trainer,
online coach,
health enthusiast. If you watched our episode 1, you're familiar with Cruz and how he does things and how badass he is in the gym. Today we're going to talk about how COVID has gotten the best of most and how you can do, or what you can do to fix it. Let's get into it. All right, so guys, we got Osit, Cruz Fit on Instagram. You can check him out right here. I'm going to put up his handle. What's up, man? Thanks for coming.
You know, surviving a pandemic.
Yeah. How's things been with you? And obviously you're a personal trainer, right?
Yep.
So how has like the last time we spoke? You were in the gym 7 days a week.
Yeah, fucking.
Squatting 4 times a week, and
Oh yeah, that's right. I was on my powerlifting.
Doing that crazy shit.
Yeah.
And then COVID hit all of a sudden, and then boom, lockdowns, shut down everything. Can't go to the gym. Can't go to a restaurant to sit down. How's that affected you, bro?
It's flipped my world upside down, to say the least.
Yeah.
The first few months were a real struggle.
Yeah.
To be honest, I was servicing some clients out of my house.
True.
With whatever little I had.
Yeah, like little dumbbells and shit. Right?
Yeah, dumbbells, kettlebells, bands, whatever I could do. And I was doing Zoom workouts, which, for the record, are just annoying as hell. But anyways, it really flipped my world upside down.
Sure.
I think the whole gym industry.
It's a different vibe, right?
Yeah, man. Because now, people are still grinding through it, still getting their workouts in, still doing their cardio, but it's just the whole environment of the gym is missing, and like everybody knows that the gym's a vibe.
Yeah. When
you go into the gym, there's a bunch of people, everybody's grunting, there's a bunch of girls like booty shorts, and it's just a whole ass vibe,
For sure.
But on the positive side, I think it's forced personal trainers to do one of two things.
Yeah.
Either straight up pack your shit and figure out a new direction.
For sure.
Or pivot and adapt to the current circumstances. And by adapting, I mean going online. Online
coaching.
Yeah. Because, as you know, I've been kind of building up my online coaching for the past 3 years.
For sure.
Really half-assed.
Yeah.
And this whole situation kind of forced me into a corner where I had to make a choice, And...
But you're, sorry to cut you off, but you're more so like, the one, like, you like to show people how intense you are with what you know, right? So like one-on-one training with you is a different ball game, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So like now when you're transitioning into online, how do you make that work? Like with that same energy.
So the biggest thing is the energy. Right? The way that I am in front of the camera.
Right.
And I had to get over a bit of stage fright. Because speaking to a camera and being myself and, being as enthusiastic and as high energy as I normally am in person, in front of a camera when nobody's actually in front of me, it took a bit of getting used to.
Sure.
It's still taking a bit of getting used to. But I'm seeing now that you can definitely impact somebody's life through content and videos. We're moving into the digital era.
Yeah.
Where like now
big time.
Everything revolves around social media and like things online, right? So it's gonna be hard. I'm not gonna say it's easy, but it's gonna be hard to be able to give that same energy online. But as I go, through the movements and through the process, it's getting easier and easier, and I'm getting a little bit more better every single day at how I deliver my message and make my impact online.
Right. It's accountability too, right?
That's what it is, yeah.
Like, do you feel like with the online programming, you're going to have to force more people to get involved or stay involved basically, like.
Yeah, but I mean, like, it's no different from in-person training. You know
Yeah.
how many people I've had just throw money at me and expect to buy results?
Right. True.
Where, like, that's not the case.
Yeah,
Both
yeah.
know you got to put in the fucking work.
Right.
Doesn't matter what your coach, you know, how good your coach is or how many accolades your coach has. If you're not listening to what your coach is telling you to do,
Mm-hmm.
you're not going to get the results.
Right.
So
Yeah.
it's actually, like, again, on the plus side, it's actually now allowing me to reach out and impact more people.
Cool.
Because as an in-person trainer, I was kind of stuck with, you know, whatever, let's say 15 to 20 clients max, and I don't care who you are.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the day, when you're servicing 20 clients, you're in the gym 6-7 days a week, and, like, you're beat. You're going to burn out, and your service is going to take a toll, you know?
Right.
It's going to take a toll on your service.
Sure.
So being online, it's still a grind, because, like, especially now as a new online trainer, I have to build up my database of content, you know? But I'm able to reach more people at once. And now, like, once I build up my roster, instead of, you know, capping at 20, I could touch, like, 50 people, 100 people. Like, the sky's really the limit, depending on how you structure your online coaching.
Because they're all going to the same spot to find what they need.
Exactly.
Right.
And it's a lot of it's, like, pre-building, like, your content, right? And
Yeah.
saving up content. And then now if you have somebody who has an issue with a deadlift, for instance, there's only so many issues that come up with a deadlift.
Mm-hmm.
And once you've pre-recorded, let's say 95% of those issues, it's easy to plug and play on any individual client based off of where they're lacking in that deadlift. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah. So you're basically just trying to, like, evolve their process of thinking, this is how I was doing it before, and I thought I was doing it right. Whereas, like, now it's like, holy shit, I'm actually doing it right, and it feels way better.
It feels a lot better, exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
Absolutely.
Sick. So, yeah, like, going into now, like, more into, like, mental health, right? So, you being a personal trainer, often comes the task of psychiatrist.
Yeah.
Right?
Absolutely, 110%.
So, okay, but here's the thing, right? So now, because of COVID and people being locked up and stuff, are you seeing a little trend up of people kind of splurring out their fucking feelings to you?
Yeah.
You know?
100%.
Yeah?
But now it's just same ways as, you know, in
Is it the
person.
same issues?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the same issues, but they're amplified because now people are not getting vitamin D. They're not getting exercise. They're not getting oxygen. They're eating a bunch of sugar, sodium, high sodium foods. They're not drinking enough water. They're binge watching Netflix. There's just a lot more factors that are amplifying these issues that already existed prior to COVID, but I think are a lot harder to deal with, you know, and on my end, like, mediate and, like, you know, help them find a solution for it. But at the same time, like I was saying before, it's my job as their coach to kind of give them a little bit of tough love and show them that, yeah, we're in a shitty situation, but focus on what's in your control.
Right.
What can you control?
Yeah.
You can control how much Netflix you're fucking watching every single day.
True.
You know what I'm saying? You can control if you choose to go outside for a 15, 20, 30-minute walk.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You could choose to do
it's like that saying, like, you are what you eat.
Yeah, literally. I was just going to say,
You
you
know?
can choose to pick up that bag of Cheetos
Yeah, yeah.
or open up your 6-head meals and eat, you know, your freshly cooked, like, healthy meal.
Right.
So it really comes down to choices.
Sure.
And that's even for myself in my own personal journey.
Yeah.
I'm realizing now that, like, it's all on me.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
that's, like, it's like extreme accountability where, like, you got to check yourself,
Right.
you know, coach or no coach, you got to look yourself in the mirror and really call yourself out, you know, and, like,
I feel like now more than ever, though, like, healthy eating should be a priority in people's lives,
Of course.
right? Simply due to the fact that it gets everything firing at optimum, like, you know,
you feel
potential.
better. You just feel better in general, right?
So, like, to help with mental health and stuff like that, I feel like, you know, that should be something somebody should consider, you know. But I mean, you know, obviously there's the other side of the spectrum where the rates of suicide are going up from, you know, overdoses and, you know, just suicides.
Even domestics, like, everything.
Yeah, it's pretty
alcohol,
crazy,
drug
right?
abuse, everything is
nuts.
going up, and I think
Yeah.
that, you know, our leadership isn't addressing that.
Sure,
enough,
yeah, no, there's definitely a lack of leadership there somewhere.
So it's that's a whole another podcast, but
sure. Yeah.
So I think it's up to, especially us being in like the health and fitness industry, it's up to us to provide that type of guidance and coaching and knowledge to the people right now.
Sure.
Because I'm seeing like a clear line in the sand being made where either you're adapting that victim mentality, you're saying, fuck, poor me, this happened to me, that happened to me.
Yeah.
Or you're on the other side where you're like, fuck it, I don't give a shit. Like, this is my situation. This and this and this and this are in my control. So I'm going to do those to the best of my abilities until another opportunity arises that I can capitalize on.
Mm-hmm. Fuck yeah, man. I think that's the best way to approach things, right? Like, you just got to, figure out what works for you.
Yeah, and again, extreme ownership, right?
Right.
Because if you...
Accountability.
Yeah,
it all comes back down to that.
Because if you're binge eating and you're telling yourself, body positive, I'm okay, I deserve to eat this. Yeah. Well, fuck, you're going to have the same result, right? Yeah. What's the definition of insanity?
Right.
Doing something over and over and over and over again and expecting a different result.
Right. But it's aside from being so good for you mentally, there's also the benefits of losing weight, right? So my question to you is, what are some myths that you think are involved with fat loss and shit like that?
Carbs are the devil.
Right?
Yeah,
okay.
That's one of the main things.
Mm-hmm.
And
good clean carbs. You
need carbs.
You need that
Your
shit.
primary source of energy,
right,
as a human being.
Yeah.
As a Homo sapien.
Right.
Is carbs. Fat is secondary.
Mm-hmm.
With the whole keto thing, it has its place. Because, like I said, I think on the other podcast as well, that I hit a state of ketosis when I'm in competition prep. Because there's a portion of time where I'm,
especially in the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, 2 to 3 weeks, I'm really fucking with my carbs.
Right.
And I'm dropping them super, super low.
Mm-hmm.
But that's just to get that skin to muscle type look, right?
Right.
So somebody who's just trying to get in shape, see their abs, and build a bit of muscle, you need those carbs.
Yeah.
So if to all the people who are considering keto, do the keto, especially if you're trying to drop an extreme amount of weight. But just like anything else in life, you need to have an exit plan.
Yeah. And
you need to have an understanding that carbs are your main source of energy.
Right. Also, I feel like most people don't understand that, when they start a keto diet, they have to literally put themselves in a state of ketosis, pretty much all, for the whole week. I think there's maybe correct me if I'm wrong, but I think one day or a couple hours where you can fluctuate out of it.
Depends.
But you have to be there at all times,
90% of your week.
Yeah.
For it to work.
Right.
For your body to successfully actually start using the body fat as your main source of energy, you have to. And that first 24 to 48 hours, you feel like shit.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, bro. When I'm already 10%, sub 10% body fat, and then I suddenly cut my carbs, I feel like ass. Right. My training is shit. I feel weak. I'm lethargic. I'm moody. I can't sleep properly. You know what I'm saying? My cravings are fucking insane, and
I know what you mean.
You got to face that. But if you're gonna do keto, then you got to understand that this is a part of the process. And then coming out of it, there has to be an exit plan where you slowly start to reintroduce carbs. If your main goal is to become aesthetically pleasing and stronger, which I think
6-pack all year round.
Yeah, but even just from the strength aspect, if you're trying to get stronger, which I think it doesn't matter if you're 18 or 75, your main objective should be to get stronger.
Sure.
Be to get stronger, right?
Yeah.
Because the stronger you can get, the easier it is to sculpt your physique to what you want it to be. Because I know most people want to look a certain way.
Sure.
But they go about it the wrong way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And they take the wrong angle at attaining that physique, instead of just kind of focusing on strength, predominantly strength, nutrition, sleep, hydration, stuff like that.
Would you say that's one of the biggest mistakes you see in most people who either have been on a fitness journey for the last 3 months or 2 years or just starting, that they're not doing that?
Yeah, because I myself didn't.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Back when I was a pro lifter, I was an ego lifter, and I always wanted to lift heavier, but when I first started, I kind of crash dieted, and dropped carbs.
Crash dieting, how? Like,
Like
what do you mean by
I
that?
plummeted my calories.
Sure.
I was eating like 1,200 calories, 1,400 calories, like a very low amount.
Like malnourished.
Yeah,
Yeah.
essentially malnourished. And like, you know, I lost weight, but I couldn't get past that plateau.
And your strength.
And my strength fucking dipped,
Sure.
my mental health dipped, and
Yeah.
because like at a certain point my fats even got pretty damn low, like
Right.
my
Your
brain dipped.
Cognitive
And,
function.
yeah, man, cognitive function was out the door.
Yeah.
And shit was just a mess. So yeah, to answer your question, I think a lot of people, you know, instead of focusing on the fundamentals, like getting stronger in the gym and, you know, doing the unsexy shit, while also focusing on your sleep, proper nutrition, proper hydration.
Hydration is key for sure.
Super key, man.
Yeah, yeah.
But instead going to the other side and already automatically going to this extreme of like, you know, let me cut all my food, do a shit ton of cardio, and like lift at like a high rep range. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah. Huh. So you're like, I don't want to get too much into like your workout schedule now because I mean, obviously, with the gyms being closed and stuff like that, it's like you can get a good day one day and then a not so good day the next day. But let's go into like this year, man. Like, you know, completely different topic. Like, what are you most excited about for 2021? Like, I know you're just starting to launch your online program, or you did already.
My online coaching. I haven't officially launched it yet.
Website, everything.
Yeah, I have everything in the
Cool.
in the background ready to launch.
Sweet.
But I haven't yet.
Dope.
There's a strategy behind it.
Okay.
That like, you know, you're gonna have to see
Yeah.
when I roll it out.
Sure. Yeah. The whole branding and everything to it.
Yeah.
Cool. Can't wait for that, bro. So yeah, like aside from that, what are you most excited about for 2021?
I'm probably gonna get shredded for no fucking reason.
Sure.
Just, you know,
Yeah.
it's a part of my strategy.
Yeah.
Or like I'm
Gotcha.
gonna show people like, hey, it doesn't matter
Mhm.
if you have a gym or you don't have a gym.
Sure.
As long as you focus on the fundamentals,
Yeah.
you can get to where the fuck you want to get to.
Right.
But the main thing that I'm excited about is my online coaching because
Sweet.
I feel like I'll be able to really,
That'd be huge.
add a positive impact to the world in these times where everybody's looking for guidance right now.
Yeah.
You know,
Definitely.
And if I could be that ray of light to how many ever people, fuck, that'll make me fulfilled.
Fuck yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
like that's why I even got into training to begin with. Because I get high off of seeing people win.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And when somebody hits that goal of 10% body fat or, you know, adds 5-10 pounds of lean muscle, like it makes me feel good.
Sure.
Not only because I know that I did it, but just to see them
Hit their goals.
hit their goal
Yeah.
and become a better person through health and fitness.
Yeah.
Which I think is ultimately what everybody in the health and fitness industry should be focusing on. You know?
Yeah, big time. That's fucking sick. But okay, so to touch on a few more things, collaborations. You're still doing collaborations with different people throughout this.
Yeah.
You feel like it's harder, or do you feel like it's like?
It's harder. It's definitely harder, especially if somebody doesn't share the same beliefs and mindset as you.
Sure.
You know, because a lot of people are living in fear right now.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So
So you just signed to a VD.
I just signed to a VD.
Is it a VD supplements or is it
Yeah.
just straight? A VD?
It's just a VD
Okay, sweet,
because they do supplements and they do
dope.
workout equipment.
Yeah, yeah.
So I have
Six
that
I just
opened
did
up
a
another.
fucking giveaway with them.
Yeah, I know. I
Yeah.
participated.
Yeah, yeah.
I was trying
sick.
to get some free shit when I was get,
Yeah.
free shit.
Sick.
But no, it's just it opened up another community for me of people, like-minded people
Sure.
who have similar goals, you know, and similar aspirations in the fitness industry.
Yeah.
So I'm super grateful for them.
Dope.
And like, just like Six Side,
Yeah.
just like anything else that I ever promote
Yeah.
on my platforms, I wholeheartedly believe
Right. Like
in these brands and these companies. I use them myself.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm good. I'm happy to be aboard.
Yeah.
I'm glad to be aboard with them.
Sick.
And I want to.
I've never met them face to face or anything like that, but
Cool.
I've talked to them online and stuff, and the whole squad seems like a really good
There's a
bunch
bunch
of
of
guys.
go-getters, man. There's there's a lot of
That's
initial
dope.
hype right now too.
Yeah, for sure.
So I see the core group, ready the core group is.
Yeah, yeah.
And
Solid
I'm just,
though.
I'm ready to put my nose to the grindstone
Sick.
and market with integrity.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know what I'm saying? And
Right.
just keep it pushing, man.
Yeah.
Because we're going into the digital era.
Mm-hmm.
This is it's like when, civilization 1.0,
Yeah.
we went from like the artisan, the farmer.
Yeah.
That's what it was. And then it shifted into civilization 2.0. which was like the industrial era, you know, where capitalism really took precedent in the world, you know. And now this is the shift into what I like to call, like, you know, civilization 3.0.
Yeah.
This is the digital era. So it's already seen, like, we're already seeing the transfer of wealth.
We're here.
Yeah, dude. And there's money on the table.
Is
what I'm trying to say here is, like, there's a lot of wealth. There's a lot of wealth in transition right now.
Sure.
And it's just up to each and every one of us to say, I want a fucking piece of that wealth.
Yeah.
I want to be I want to be a part of this transition into the digital era, instead of, again, adapting that victim mentality of, like, oh, like, poor me, like, I lost this, I lost that. Like, you know, we're all taking L's right now.
Right.
We're all taking L's, except for, you know, some of the big guys.
Sure.
But we're all taking L's, man, as, like, you know, regular people, quote unquote.
Right.
We're all taking L's one way or another, whether it's financially, physically, mentally, emotionally, like. But it's just a matter of, you know, taking that L and keeping it pushing, bro. Because what else are you gonna do?
Right. You can work out at home.
Yeah, 100%, man. And, like, yo, don't get me wrong. You know, coming from a bodybuilding, powerlifting background, it's nowhere near as intense. Yeah. You know.
Right.
But you could get the job
like home
done.
workouts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could get the job done.
Yeah. So, like, for those of you watching, I want to ask him, like, what are 5 main body weight movements you could do in your living room? I mean, I live in a 1+ den condo, you know, so it's a little small, right? But I mean, when I bust out the yoga mat, I can get a sick workout in.
Of course.
If I'm just doing that, or like a yoga session or some shit like that.
You know, top 5.
Yeah. What would you say, like, top 5 would be to help you maintain, like, you know, like, obviously you can't get, like,
gain. You can't get yoked.
You can't get yoked. You know,
depends.
Working out at home.
It depends how much you're trying to invest.
Right.
You know, because if you can get yourself, like, 3.
I'm just talking, like, body weight movements. Like, what are your top 5?
Body weight top 5. I'd say squats.
Okay.
Proper squats.
Yeah.
Slow,
controlled, obviously, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Push-ups. Dead bugs.
What are dead bugs?
So a dead bug is a core exercise.
Okay.
But it's not really like a
I think you had me doing those one time.
More than likely.
Yeah.
I've made everybody in my life that I care about do a dead bug. Sick. And so you lay on your back, and it's more for bracing. So engaging your core and being able to keep your core tight.
Okay.
To everything, because I've learned
on your back.
Yeah. So you're on your back, and you're literally looking like a dead bug.
Oh, right.
But the full progression is one arm is kicking out and one leg is kicking out while you're keeping your core braced.
Sweet.
So the way you know if you're disengaging is if your mid-back
disengages
from the ground.
Sick.
So that would probably be number 1.
Okay.
I think dead bugs, squats, push-ups, glute bridges, and then if you can get a pull-up situation, I'd say pull-ups is fucking.
Pull-up bars are pretty easy to get. Right?
Yeah. You have to find the right one.
Yeah, you get the one that, like, just hooks onto your door, no?
Yeah, but some of them are pretty fugazi.
Sure.
But that comes down to doing your due diligence.
Yeah.
And, reading the reviews.
Yeah.
And just using your judgment, right?
Right, yeah.
But I'd say those are the top 5.
Slow, controlled, make sure you're getting full range of motion.
Yeah, full contractions of it too.
Shit like that.
Because look at the calisthenics guys, for instance.
Right.
Those calisthenics guys are fucking strong.
Yeah.
Like, they are strong.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And
holding
I think
those poses and shit.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. And I think those 5 basics are something that calisthenics athletes mastered. They mastered. Even if it's not the dead bug per se, they've mastered bracing their core.
Sure.
Because if you're doing a back lever,
I think all of them have mastered that.
Yeah, they've mastered bracing their core.
You need that core if you're doing that kind of shit.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like, the whole basis of calisthenics is core strength.
Right.
Yeah. And having that core strength. So.
Okay. Nuts.
But I think those would be the top 5. And, depending on where you're at in your fitness journey, you could make some serious progress just focusing on those.
Sure.
You start only able to do, like, 30 push-ups.
Yeah.
In, like, whatever, let's say they're doing all these 5 movements in a workout.
Right.
And you start out only being able to do 30 push-ups. By the end of, like, a 12 to 16 week block, you could be doing fucking 50, 60, 70, 100 push-ups. You know what I mean? And if your body's not accustomed to that, and you're adding this new external stressor to your body, it's going to grow.
It's consistency.
It's going to grow. It's consistency, it's discipline, and it's putting yourself through that pain.
For sure.
That pain of growth. Because I think a lot of people, I always use the water bottle analogy, where if, the top of the water bottle is obviously full, the bottom of the water bottle is obviously empty. The middle ground is your threshold.
Wait. What do you mean by the top is full and the bottom is empty?
Like a water bottle. So if the top
Yeah.
of the water bottle is full,
Full
that's
of
like
what?
the full mark.
Okay.
The top would
right.
be full,
Okay, yeah,
and the bottom would be empty, right?
Right, yeah, okay.
The middle of the water bottle is the threshold.
Oh, okay.
Okay? So most people will play in between empty and like maybe halfway to the threshold.
Okay.
Growth doesn't happen there. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you need to be pushing yourself just above
Gotcha.
that threshold
Okay.
to avoid injury and,
Gotcha.
incorporate proper recovery
Right.
to progress.
Okay.
Now with athletes, they're usually fluctuating just at the top of the water bottle and trying not to spill over.
True.
If that makes sense. You know what I mean?
Well, because they have like
They're pushing it.
Yeah.
They're pushing it. It's
Yeah,
it's an extreme, right? Because
Yeah.
if you're
I always
competing
think
in something,
I always think of like PK Subban. Like we did meals for him 2 years ago in the summertime when he was here. High impact athlete, high end athlete, plays in the NHL, and he just goes and goes, works out on the ice, practice, scrimmage, you name it. He's
Boom, in the
working
gym
working
afterwards.
hard, going to the gym, lifting all these weights, but then his recovery process
Takes a hit.
His recovery process is fucking 10 times more intense than what his fucking regimen is.
Okay.
So, like you said, like they're at the top of the water bowl trying not to spill over.
Yeah.
But when they get to that point, they literally come back down to
To the threshold. But that's like that comes with the territory too, right? Because
like
if you're
I'm
a
talking
professional
like
athlete,
ice bath, hot bath, salt,
yes.
Epsom salt bath.
Yes.
Then he has a therapist come in and
probably
like
multiple therapists. Right?
yeah, like they're in there.
Because at that level of athleticism,
it's insane.
You need to be reinvesting back into your rehab.
Yeah.
Because like that's just a crucial aspect of things.
Mm-hmm.
But the point was, in order to see progress, all you have to do is just go above that threshold. And what's above that threshold? Fucking pain.
Yeah.
It hurts.
True.
It doesn't feel good. It's
yeah.
uncomfortable.
Right.
But if you're trying to see gains, like again, depending on where you are in your fitness journey, all you got to do is push yourself just above that threshold and consistently do that.
Right.
On a day-to-day basis, on a week-to-week basis, on a month-to-month, year-to-year,
Yeah.
and just trust in the process.
Consistency is what transforms average into excellence.
That's right. 6 men.
Yes, sir. Okay, quick questions for you. Favorite cheat snack? Donuts or Timbits?
Like full-on donuts or Timbits?
Yeah.
Timbits.
Okay. Favorite cheat meal?
Favorite
Burger or pizza?
Fuck you, Richard. Pizza.
Okay. Fuck, eh? Pizza.
Damaged.
Okay, so last question. What are the 5 secrets to getting shredded like the cheese on your pizza?
Oh, shit. Do I have to pull up my post?
Yeah.
Pull up my
pull it
post,
up.
bro. Let me give you guys
Final
the
question.
5 secrets.
So he made a post on his Instagram.
Yeah, this is my Instagram.
I'm gonna pull up the post right now, so you guys could see the photo that we're talking about. What are the top 5?
1, mindset.
Okay.
2, I'm just giving you the 5.
Yeah.
2, nutritional literacy, so understanding nutrition.
Yeah.
3, giving your workouts 100% threshold, going above that threshold.
Yes, sir.
4, understanding that it's a lifelong thing. Like fitness isn't just something you do to attain a result and then fuck off. It's a marathon.
That's right.
5 would be find a support system. So whether it be an online community, a Facebook group, join a challenge, anything like that, or even hiring a coach. Like whatever you can do to keep yourself aligned with people who have the same vision, have the same mindset, have your best interest in, have your best interest within their intentions. That's what you need to surround yourself with, because more times, 9 times out of 10, you're going to be put in a situation where your friends, your family actually don't support what you're doing. And that could be fitness, that could be business, that could be anything, right?
For sure.
But it's finding your tribe.
That's it.
Finding the people who correlate with your mindset, your vision, and just running with them.
Tribe gang.
Yeet.
Tribe is a gang.
Yeah, ish.
Gangs are tribes.
Gangs are tribes.
Shit.
I think tribes existed before gangs.
All right, guys, there you have it. Episode 3, Blaze in the Kitchen podcast. Cruz Fit on Instagram. Make sure you guys check him out. Make sure you guys subscribe. Hit the little bell button. See you later. Peace.